Let me tell you, a story about earlier today when I wanted to quit my business. Um, it not as dramatic as that, but I had a moment today where I was just like, I don't want to do this. It's too much. It's rainy. It's cold. I want to crawl back in bed and just go to sleep. I'm like, not do it. And bet you've had those moments. I have those moments. And it was just for a minute, right? It was just like this momentary, oof, I don't know if I can show up today as you know, the best of my ability. And then, I talked to my husband, made some coffee, took a deep breath, got back to center, and remembered what I do it all for. Because we got on our copy lab call and we got into it. We got into the copy, we got into the details, we got into the work, and of course the ideas flowed and it was fun again. And like I remembered, oh, yes, there are people that need my help, and this is what you do it for. And my superpower is helping people find their true voice, be more themselves with the right words. And I love doing that all day, every day. And so, yes, today I want to talk about some practical things. We're going to get practical today that are 100% fixable in your copy right now. And also talk about your plan long term to grow your business with copy that sounds more like you and makes you more money, right? And fills up your programs with ease. So, this is a point where you're going to want to kind of take out a notebook, take some notes. Um, or if you're kind of listening to this on the fly, take some mental notes uh, on what I'm about to share. We're going to get practical. If you have a landing page, sales page, website, email that you can look at, just to look for these things. And I'm going to share real things that I look at when I'm reviewing copy, when I'm mentoring my clients, when we're working on it together, and things that you can start to look for. Hopefully, this will be practical, valuable for you and give you a bit more confidence in your copy today, because that's always my goal, right? All right. Number one is ramp up the attention grabber. So I always say write the headline last, because sometimes it takes a little while to get into the into your copy, into what you want to say, to get into your message. And it's like throat clearing, right? In the writer's world, it's called throat clearing. And okay, so we're going to clear our throat here, and then we're going to get into what we want to say. But you want to go back and make sure that that first line, that intro, that attention grabber really grabs attention as much as possible. It stands out, it's sticky, it's something people are not used to seeing. It gets them to stop scrolling, it gets their attention, it calls them out in some way and goes, hey, pay attention to me. Whether you're calling out who it's for or you're talking about something different, you want to grab attention. Tip number 2 is don't make assumptions about your audience. Or if you do, you got to do it right. Okay. The most important word in copy is only 2 letters long. And I've talked about this before. I'll say it again. It is the word if, right? Because when you want to know your audience, you want to understand what's going on with them, understand the problems, but you also you want to leave room to be wrong. So if in your copy specifically you are saying are you ready, things like that, change that. It's a teeny tiny shift that makes a huge difference to if you are, if you're ready, if you're this, if, because that also allows you to get to a then. And then this, then do that, then here's what you need to understand. Okay, so that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is probably something that you've heard before. I'll say it again because it's really that important. Make sure you have a clear call to action. Clear call to action. And spell out exactly what you want someone to do next. You want someone to click the link in this post, click the link, fill out the application, book a call, and chat. Then tell them that's exactly what they should do. right? And so those are three things right now that you can have a look at your landing page, your sales page. Make sure that you are grabbing attention, that you're leaving room for people to resonate with you, and that you also have a clear call to action. And those are just a couple of the things that I see a lot with copy that I tend to work with people on. Um, in Copy Lab when I'm giving them feedback, and I wanted to share them with you. And the reason that I want to share them with you now is because this is the last video live stream that I'm going to be doing in this Copy Lab series. Applications for Copy Lab are closing on December 18th. We kick off the cohort in January. We're kicking off in January, and um, that means that time is running out to get on the calendar to apply to chat about it. And I want to talk for a second about like, because I know it's the end of the year, we're planning for 2023. We're going, okay, what is this year going to be? We're maybe recovering from the year that was, if it was not what we wanted it to be. And I think for a lot of us, it was different than what we imagined it. And I just want to share that as you're thinking through those plans, as you're thinking, what decisions am I going to make? What investments am I going to make? What is going to be different about next year? The the question that I would ask is, are you going to be different? How are you going to be different? Because you can make choices, you can invest, you can join programs, join courses, and feel like you're moving in a direction. And if you don't change with it, if you don't become who you need to become to step into that bigger vision for your business, then that investment is not, it's not going to feel right. And so that is all to say, talk about we talk about copy, we talk about words, we talk about choosing what to prioritize in your business. And are you choosing to prioritize? What are you choosing to prioritize? Because there's a lot, we've talked about this. There's a lot of ways to grow. There's a lot of strategies. There's a lot of like, do I need to get my branding redone? Do I need to redo my website now? Do I need to invest in paid ads? Do I need to do this launch? Do I need to get more speaking engagements and podcasts? And like, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, and it tends to give you this feeling like, ugh, more. And all of those things are ways to build a business, sure. But what I want to remind you and what I want to come back to, and what is so clear to me, is that the the words matter. The words behind all of those strategies, all of those things you're going to do, your message, where you are, how you express yourself, the stakes you put in the ground, the trust in yourself and your message and what you believe, and showing up in that way with that confidence, that matters. That makes a difference. Uh, Sometimes even more so than your launch strategy or the specific, the specific type of strategy that you're using, or the specific framework, or the specific this, how you grow. There are a lot of ways you can grow. What are the words that are powering that growth? And the message is really the engine that drives your business. And I see a lot of people kind of getting it backwards, because it's like the strategy is the thing that they're focused on, and then the words are almost an afterthought. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I have to write this copy now. I have to write these emails. I have to get this out to my list. And I almost want to be like, let's flip it, right? You need the strategy. You need the right strategy for your business. And that is something that we talk about, we do in Copy Lab and when we work together. Absolutely. But so many in so many cases, you've got the strategy, and then the words don't follow. The words fall flat. The copy, the messaging, the nuances of that falls flat and you don't get the results you want, and it's frustrating and it's disappointing, and it's like, well, okay, but I'm in this strategy and I see all these other people getting these results, and why is this happening? And again, if you have the right strategy for you, and whatever that may be, you've got to have the words behind it to power it. You've got to be really clear on your message, um, own your voice with confidence, have the power to show up and say, like, this is me, this is how I'm different, own it, and have that be what powers your business forward. So that is all to say, um, applications again are closing. It is the end of the year. It's a time to like take a deep breath and reflect and think forward, think ahead, think to what growth looks like in your business for the next year. Um, what would the next 5 or 6 figure launch mean to your business? How many sales might you be missing out on right now because you haven't nailed your messaging and filled in those copy gaps, or because things are happening too last minute and you haven't really had the time and space to make it as good as it could be? That's frustrating. What would it feel like to be able to say, I'm doing it and it's working and this so much easier, and hey, this is actually kind of fun. I'm having fun with this. I'm playing with these words. There's less pressure to get it right because it's resonating, it's hitting. People notice that something has shifted in your business and they don't know exactly what it is, and they want that. They're resonating with it and they're coming to you and going, whew, okay. And it may not even be visible on the surface what's changed, but underneath everything has changed. And so if you have that feeling that locking in your copy, getting an expert help with your marketing strategy, um, will make the difference for you, I would love to hold space for you, hold you accountable, and give you the tools to get there, give you the shortcuts, give you the tools to make it happen. And if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you've been watching, you know, peeking at the application page, um, not sure what's happening, this is it. The right time, and this is the other piece, is like, is it the right time? When is the right time? Um, should I go be investing in this other thing first? How do I prioritize what I invest in and when? And there's never going to be a perfect time for anything. Let me just get through this next launch and then I'll work on my copy. Okay, but wouldn't you make more sales if you spent the time to work on your copy before the launch? Yes, right? And let me just finish up this other program that I invested in and then I'll invest in my messaging. But like, how much better would your results be from that program if you had the words to back it up? Or like, I've built up a business and I don't really need to launch. I'm doing good. It's fine. So I'll wait until, I launch my programs and then I'll invest in better copy. And what I might ask you to reflect on is how much better your results could be if you don't wait for the perfect time that doesn't exist. And we all do this. I'm like, no, it's not right now. It's next month. It's next year. It's next whatever. And I understand having to have the time and space to dedicate to want to get the ROI from a program, but balancing that with what is happening in your business that could be so much better with support. Could that launch actually be so much more successful? Could you make more sales because you've actually figured out what words are going to cut through the noise and sell more effectively? Could investing in your messaging and copy right now be the key that unlocks even more success? Could your results come faster because you actually have the support to put out amazing copy and have someone to think it through and have the accountability and get, eyes on everything that you're putting out? And sometimes it's kind of hard to take that chance and believe that, oh, there's a better time, it's not now, but we're here today. And I have holding space for you and your business and your voice and the power in that and the next evolution of your offers and what the world needs to hear from you. That is my superpower. That's what lights me up. And I would love to work with you to help bring it out. But time is growing short. I'm reviewing applications, my calendar is filling up. So if you do want a chance to explore even the possibility, you got to get your application in. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with thoughts of um, what is possible, what happens if you don't, what could happen if we tweak something and it unlocks your conversion rate on your webinar, sales page, landing page. The people that are currently in your audience start paying attention. Like these are things that I've seen happen for client after client after client. And I know that it's possible. I know that the process works when you do it. And I cannot wait to hold space for you in 2023. So now I'm going to take my own advice, follow with a very clear call to action. So what you are going to do is you are going to send me a message with the word Copy Lab, and we're going to have a chat. Okay, that is it. It's a very, very tiny step, no commitment, no nothing. We're going to actually explore if it's a right fit. I will ask you questions about your business, see what offers you have in place. If I believe that you will get a massive ROI from the program, we'll go from there. If not, then we won't. It's completely up to you. And so I will leave you with that, and I will sign off. And I look forward to seeing amazing, amazing things happen in your business in 2023. Take care. Talk soon.